Peace, what up? This is Doc Blake with Ethereal TV, bringing you the 119th episode of The Last Piece to the Puzzle. The motto for me is silver, gold, and cryptos equals freedom, financial freedom, because they are decentralized assets. That means they're not controlled by a central authority, government, or corporation, and they're going to play an important part in the immediate, the short term, and the long term futures. I've been saying this for over 2 years now. I do this not for views. I don't do this to get subscribers. I do it because I truly believe I'm helping people or putting the information out that has helped me, and I would like to pass it on and help others as others have done to me, because I received the message from another messenger. So with that being said, let's go right into the house clearing. Definitely use the information below to contact us about getting any t-shirt prints done with real ink from a real ink print press, American made. If you're interested, we can also do graphics designs for you, your company logo and such things like that. So definitely use the information below. Also check out the Ethereal website. And hey, with that being said, let's get right into the price action. Let me give it a live refresh. Currently we have Bitcoin at $29,541. Ethereum is at $1,741. Binance is at $296. Cardano is at 59 cents. XRP is at 39 cents. Solana is at $38. Polkadot is at $8.87. Chainlink is at $8.77, still holding up pretty well. Everything got smashed down this morning. We're going to talk about why. The CPI came out. Oh, which reminds me, let's go over the cover art. Sorry, I jumped the gun. I'm a little excited this morning. Maybe I had a little too much coffee. But the cover art, it says Max Payne. I don't know. Max Payne was my favorite game, like one player game, I should say. I'm more of a versus game. I like to be kicking ass while I'm playing video games. I need to play against other users. I don't really like to play against a computer. But Max Payne was the one player game that I actually went on and beat and all that, and I love this game. It had like the bullet time where you click the button, you jump and slow down and shoot bullets through midair. I think it was like the first game that had bullet time like that, kind of like the Matrix type stuff. So I really like that game, but I'm not talking about the game in this scenario. I'm talking about Max Payne for the American people, the American consumer, the middle class specifically. The lower class is already, when I consider lower class, I already, basically assume that you're kind of dependent on the government, either through like food stamps or, whatever. You're already dependent on waiting on a government to get your payout. And I'm talking about Max Payne for those people who will go out and grind every day, who have to earn their money, don't get free handouts and things like that. That's what I'm talking about. They have Max Payne in their minds for you. This is all strategic. The inflation, and then before I hop into that, I'm already going into it, but U.S. inflation quickens to 40-year high, pressuring Fed and Biden. Consumer price index rose over 8.6%. So you see the big 8.6% in the red. Annually 1% from April. Shelter, food, and gas were biggest contributors to the advance. So we're going to go over all that today. We're going to read a little article about the inflation and things like that. So yes. So back to the prices. I wanted to give you Theta, of course, as I always do. Theta Network is at $1.35. And one more thing on the cover art. Sorry. UBI coming soon. This is my prediction. I'm predicting universal basic income. They're going to use the recession and inflation to, open the source of the money printing to its full extent. And I don't see them getting out of this any other way besides printing more money. And that's not going to get them out. It's going to bury us more as the American taxpayer. We're going to have universal basic income. Probably that's my prediction. So that's what the UBI in blue means on their cover art. And let me give you Helium Network. Let's see, where are you, Helium? I can never find Helium. Helium is at $11.80, still holding up very good as well. So that's the crypto prices. Gold and silver getting hit again. Looks like it's rebounding though. Gold is at $1,856 and silver is at $21.99. And let's get right into the charts. Yeah, we're just rolling right along today, yo. Guess I'm a little amped up, but that's all right. I kind of saw this coming. We're right on this trend line, this green trend line. Remember, if you listened to my video yesterday, I said I think the inflation report is going to come out higher. Check the box. That happened today. The prices dropped. I said that yesterday. I said if inflation report comes out higher, the prices of the cryptocurrency is going to drop. But I did not think it was going to remain down long. I said I think we're going up in this pattern. If you don't believe me, go watch the video yesterday. I predicted this almost perfectly. So right now we're pushing at the bottom of this. To me, it's a fake out. I've been saying this. Why? Because I think money is moving from the stock market, from the treasury, the bonds market, and going into hard assets such as gold, silver, and crypto, because I'm not the only person that sees what's coming, which is universal basic income. Inflation is not going to stop, and the Fed is not going to stop printing money because they want this to happen. They want to open the hatch for infinite money, and they're going to use recession and universal basic income to do it. Not just the Fed, your government as well. They have malicious intent for you as the normal American person. They want you to be a slave. This has been slavery has never stopped. It's just changed forms. Remember that. And it's not so much about race anymore either. It's about rich and poor, those who have and those who do not have. So we're still in this formation. We're pushing at the bottom. I think we're going to probably potentially go sideways, have a couple more retests, maybe for the next day. But we might have a nice rebound today. Remember, we might have a nice rebound today. So if you want to try to take a position, I'm looking at buying some cryptos right now. I think we're going to have a bounce. I could be wrong, but I don't see this structure breaking to the downside. I don't see the support breaking to the downside for long. Maybe a fake out, yes, could go back down to 28,500-ish area, but I don't see much lower than that because of the fundamentals that are in play here. And Bitcoin doesn't stop. The network doesn't stop. It continues to grow, continues to add users. More people continue to get involved with it. And inflation, people have to put their money somewhere to combat what's going on. There's things that have value and things that do not. The dollar is something that does not have its own value. It's the value it has is the confidence in the United States government. So I'm not banking on that much. So with that, let's go into New York Times. Prices rise rapidly in May. Live updates. The latest consumer price index showed a reacceleration in inflation. Dashing hopes that prices increases had peaked. Markets recoil as investors react to the higher expected inflation. How did people not? How am I able to see this coming? Little old me. I mean, I do have my bachelor's in accounting. I studied economics. I studied quantitative methods in college. So I mean, maybe I don't give myself enough credit, but I stick to my guns. When I see something, we're over 8.6%. And remember, the U.S. was kind of laughing at Europe for having over 9%. And remember, in a video, I said this was coming to the United States as well. High inflation, higher food prices, higher gas prices, higher prices for the normal average American to sustain life in a comfortable lifestyle of living. So this is the chart. This goes all the way back to 1965. You can see we had our top in 1980, and guess what? We're going back up here. We're going back up to 14% inflation. All right, tough times ahead. Buckle down, be smart about what you're spending money on, and if you're able to, prepare for the ultimate collapse of the debt market. So stack silver, stack gold, stack cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum. That's as far as I'll go. Bitcoin, stack Satoshis, Bitcoin, stack more Satoshis. None of this is financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing since 2018. And it's worked out great. I'm not a bragger. I don't go into what crypto has done for me. It has changed my life. I can tell you that much. So I love it. I'm an advocate of it. I preach the holy gospel of Bitcoin every day to anybody that wants to listen. But let's read a little bit more of this. Here's what you need to know. Inflation soared again in May. Fresh data showed the inflation report underscores a challenge for Biden, of course, as oil supply remains tight. Energy. Oh, and I wanted to bring this up. I live in the state of Delaware. Delaware just gave us $300 last month to combat inflation. UBI. You think that's gonna stop? And that's my last topic of today, but we're gonna get to that. Let's finish reading these. As oil supply remains tight, energy again leads inflation higher. Food inflation accelerated in May, driven by soaring prices for eggs, dairy, and meat. Airfares and the travel cost jump. What's driving inflation? How inflation is measured? What can slow the rapid price gains? How inflation became a global problem. Inflation soared again in May. Fresh data showed prices climbed 8.6% in the year through May, a reacceleration of inflation that makes it increasingly difficult for consumers to afford everyday purchases and poses a major challenge for the Federal Reserve and White House as they try to secure a strong, stable economy. The consumer price index climbed 1% from April, far more quicker than in the previous months by 0.6%. I'm a penny stacker. I like to pick up pennies off the ground, not gonna lie. So when they start talking this percentage to me, it sinks in. I understand what 1% is since April. That's a lot. That means you're getting 1% less eggs. You're getting 1% less milk in a month's period, basically. From April to May. This report came out in the end of May. So in a month, you're paying 1% more. This is hyperinflation. This is the beginning stages of hyperinflation. I hope you know that. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is UBI, Universal Basic Income. Let's pull my cover art back up. I'm not going to read an article. I think it was Andrew Yang who started talking about UBI. I mean, people have been talking about it before then, but it's basically where every American will get like a check. Maybe if they make under a certain amount, it might not be for every American, but then the people who make over that are going to be complaining. So I don't see how you can get away from not just giving it to everybody. This will be the immaculate rise in inflation. This is when you want to hold gold, silver, and cryptos. First, they're going to actually say that we're in a recession. Then they're going to come up with a solution, problem solution. The only solution that they can come up with is UBI, Universal Basic Income. They aren't going to give you any gold. They're not going to give you any silver, and they're damn sure not going to give you any Bitcoin. But they will continue to give something that they can create out of thin air, which is the United States dollar. So this is my prediction. I'm not the first person that made this prediction, and I won't be the last, but I think it's coming sooner than people think. Prices are soaring. Other countries don't want the United States dollar. This is where it all starts. Why would China, why would Russia, why would any other country give something that is useful, such as gas, such as gold, such as silver, such as food, for something that can be created out of thin air? We're all coming to that realization, at least people in the know. So yeah, this is where we're going. We're on the Titanic. It was some gentleman that said, in quotes, we're dancing on the Titanic right now. The ship is I think it's already hit the iceberg. It hit the iceberg. The iceberg was COVID, and this was all planned, in my opinion. They know what they're doing. This is not by accident. There is a steerer. Let's ask a question. Did the captain drive the Titanic into the iceberg on purpose? I don't think so, but it's another way to flip your mind around and look at things. Things are getting worse. They're not getting better, especially for the middle class, especially for the American consumer. And there's only one thing that can happen. The debt market goes down, gold goes up, silver goes up, things that have real value go up, such as food, and in my opinion, cryptocurrencies, y'all. So that's all I have today. This is your boy Doc Blake. Prepare for max pain. Take your time in everything. This is not saying go buy a bunch of crypto, go buy a bunch of gold, go buy a bunch of silver. No. Just be diversified in your portfolio. Try to always think of new ways to create a business or cash flow. So You got to be innovative out here right now. It's tough times ahead. Be smart about everything. This is your boy. Last piece of the puzzle. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.